Hi guys, my name is V and welcome to my book nook. So in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about reading slumps. They have affected all of us. They have plagued all of us. They have really kept us from doing the thing we love the most, and sometimes it can be so difficult to find a way out. So I wanted to talk to you guys about ways to get out of a reading slump. And I know it can look different for everybody. For some people, a reading slump is just reading slower. It's not reading at all. It looks differently for everyone. Sometimes it's not reading for a week, sometimes it's not reading for a few months, but it affects everyone, and I have come up with a couple of ways that are sure to help you break that cycle. So get comfortable, grab a cup of coffee, and let's get started. The first thing I like to remind myself when I'm in a reading slump is that reading should never feel like a chore. It should never feel like work or a task that you have to accomplish, right? That's one of the reasons why I don't have a reading goal. I don't like to have this where it's like, I need to read, I need to do this. I read for fun. I read because I want to. I read things that I want to. So if you change that perspective, I know a lot of people have this competition within themselves, and sometimes competition is good. It helps you read, but sometimes you add pressure that you don't really need. So maybe changing your perspective on why are you reading, what excites you. Don't force yourself to be reading books that bore you. Find things that you like. Major tip is to try reading something short. So I find that sometimes maybe reading a short story can really help get you back into reading. Like, there's so many short stories that you can read. I'll put up a couple of examples of some really good short stories that these type of books don't feel as intimidating, and they can just really get you back into the groove of things. Another really good suggestion is to reread books. So anything that was your favorite, whether you read it when you were a child, whether you read it a couple years ago, it's just something about the nostalgia of rereading books, like rereading Harry Potter, Percy Jackson. For me, those books really shaped my reading, and just rereading them helps you get back into things. It makes you revisit that feeling of, loving books. So maybe pick up a favorite book and just try give it a go. Another thing that helps me a lot is to buddy read books with your friends. I know this isn't an option for everyone because not everyone's friends reads, but if they do, I feel like it helps get that excitement back into you about discussing your book and talking about it, and it just makes you so excited. And buddy reading a book can be so fun and exciting, and it just throws in a new element for you. And another suggestion, I know a lot of people don't like audiobooks, but if you really feel like you can't absorb anything when you're reading, like when you're reading, you're just looking at words on paper, it doesn't really feel like anything in your head, then sometimes an audiobook can help, give you a break from the monotony of trying to read and failing. Another helpful suggestion is maybe to switch up your genres. If you are a fantasy girl, maybe pick up a thriller, pick up a completely different, style of book, something that's a little bit more exciting and might not feel as overdone, because maybe you've read too many of the same thing. Something new and different might really help you. Helpful tip is to maybe read more fast-paced books. So I find this really helpful if I feel like I'm hitting a reading slump, right? Sometimes that this series is so good that I'm gonna hit a slump because nothing else is gonna feel like this. So sometimes it helps to just jump into something that's a little bit more fast-paced. I know sometimes classics can be a little bit slow, so it'll like put you off a little bit from reading because it's a bit, on the slower side. But sometimes jumping into a fast-paced book, that might help, get you back into things. Another helpful suggestion is maybe read a book that you really love the movie of, like The Hunger Games or The Maze Runner, because you can already visualize stuff from the movie. This really helps take off that pressure when you're reading it, because you already have pictures in your head of what everything is going to look like, right? So I feel like that helps a lot, to just read something that you really like the movie or similar to a movie. For me personally, I find that thrillers really help break my reading slumps. So a couple of thrillers that come to mind are like The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, Riley Sager's books like Final Girl or Lock Every Door, First Lie Wins, Even some mystery books like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, The Inheritance Games, they're a little bit more fast paced, and mystery books really, even thrillers, help you think and kind of keep you on the edge of your seat, which sometimes pulls you in a little bit more to the story. And sometimes, for me, that helps break the cycle of a slump. Also, sometimes picking up a bit more of a fast paced fantasy can help. Fast paced fantasies, I'll put some suggestions up here for contemporary romance. I just I don't think that there's set books that are going to break your cycle, because since a reading slump looks different for everybody, what might work for me might not work for you because everybody is so different. But I just think that if you can follow some of these suggestions, they'll really help get you back into reading. Not even a reading slump, but if you just haven't read a book for a while, this can really help get you back into it, get you excited. And if you guys have any suggestions of books that have broken your reading slump or any tips, please comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and thank you so much for watching.